Good morning, small players. Welcome to another episode of Pre-Market Scanning. With me today, feeling a little bit better. I apologize for the video yesterday. I didn't realize how bad I sounded until I heard it myself. I guess, as small players, the grind never stops. So, we'll always be here working for you guys, regardless of how bad we might be feeling. So, anyway, the first stock we have on the scanner this morning is BAOS. I think we've traded this one at some point in the past. It's um, it's below all indicators at the moment, so you guys know not something I'm interested in trading right now. However, very interesting in trading this later in the day because it has a lot of room to high of day. Yesterday, that's how we picked BTTX actually, because it had a lot of room to high of day. High of day was in the pre-market session was at 25. When we were analyzing it, it was somewhere at 16. So we said, oh my God, this stock looks great because there's so much room to high of day. It was our favorite one. And it did not disappoint, right? Look at this. Beautiful action. Very fun day trading it yesterday. I traded the majority of the day. Some people even traded in the afternoon. Definitely just traded the first half of the day, but these obviously are trade opportunities as well. So anyway, so similar to that, BAOS has a lot of room to high of day. So definitely interested in trading it, just not right now in this no man's land, right? So I would trade a break above VWAP. If it gets there, I would trade that. I would also trade a bounce on this level because it's previous resistance turns support. Another test on that level could provide a nice reversal trade to this level and then to VWAP, and then break above VWAP. We can add more shares to ride the momentum towards high of day. So that's the trade plan for BAOS. Next we have ARTL. This is also something that we traded a little bit yesterday. I am going to just remove all drawings and start fresh. Okay. I apologize. So similar to BAOS, it's below all indicators. Not really opening up a trade at this specific time, but definitely something I would be interested in later today. I'm going to do an alert for break above VWAP on this, and I would take that trade. Bounce on this level. I mean, it's a level from yesterday. It's not really a level from today. Maybe this level or even this one for bounce on today's pre-market support and resistances, but a little less interested because this one's a cheaper stock. So I'd rather just wait for a break above VWAP. SBEA looks like it just recently dropped news. It's doing its little news run. Let's see the 1 minute chart if it's going to provide opportunities because this one is in flight mode. We want to try and catch these moves. Okay, so this one, yeah. Right now, what I would trade on this one would be bounce on this level. That would be ideal. Otherwise, I don't know why a 1 minute flag break as well. On the 1 minute chart, when a stock is freaking out like this on the 5 minute chart, it could look like there's no entries, or there's no entries really until it drops here or here, which is a little far away. If it's in flight mode, it's hard for it to get such a larger pullback. So then we use the 1 minute chart to find more immediate entries. Whenever you look at a smaller time frame, think of it as a shorter term trade, right? So you're looking at a 1 minute chart, you're looking at smaller moves. So when you trade it, you're trading a smaller move. So you're really mostly going to do scalps. You're not going to expect for it to be a longer trade unless while you're in it, it also confirms the setup on a 5 minute chart. Then, it becomes a little safer. But this one is already overextended, is what we like to call it, because, when a stock is freaking out, if this EMA line is trailing it, it has this little natural support. Right now, it's so far from EMA as well. So it becomes a very risky trade. So if we trade a flag break, literally scalp to here, get out, take your profit, take your capital, live to trade another day. This is a flag break. So this would be first profit, this would be second, get out. And after first profit, second, that's it. This is out. Like if you took that flag break, you should be out. It's too risky of a trade because it's so far from EMA 20. Now, as it pulls back down, you can wait for it to find bottom. You can trade another scalp. So this profit-taking level of 11.6 could be support. Now you can take another trade there, scalp it to here. That's it. Live to trade another day. You can try. I mean, if it breaks 75, you can try and do a push to 12, but a little harder. I wouldn't trade anything longer than these scalps that we just described until it drops at least to this level. Okay? Scalping is great. It's a little more advanced strategy. You need to be really fast. You need to really understand your tools and know what you're doing. But scalping is great because, I love scalping because my capital is not trapped in a trade for a very long time. And I take that risk of my money being stuck in a trade very seriously. So this would be the second profit taking on that scalp we described. At this point, you can lift stop below, above entry, and leave some to wait to hit 12. It's too close, so you might want to try and hit it. And then because it's been flying like this without really a bigger pullback, when it hits 12 or, around 12, I would expect shorts to very heavily be on that. I'm going to put that one here. We can wait. We can just watch it for a couple, just to see what happens. This is now third test of high of day. It's holding it. So that makes the trade safer. Third tests are third test of support and third test of resistance is where short sellers start coming in. So if it holds a third test, okay, so now this would be the time to get out of that trade. And now after you get out, you wait for a break above 12, because sometimes you wait for the shorts to come in, but they get squeezed. So if it breaks above 12, they can get squeezed. So you would wait for a break above 12 for the next setup or for bounce on the lower supports. But now that we reached the full number, we know short sellers like to short this. So I would love for it to pull back to this level to make a little safer of a trade, but we'll see. This would be first, this would be second, this would be third support. The higher support you use, the riskier your trade. Okay, finally. Another thing we also talk about in the chat room is we need pullbacks. Pullbacks are healthy. Pullbacks are needed. Pullbacks make our trade safer. We need to be evenly matched with the short sellers. They need to take profit. We need to take profit. We do our little dance. Everyone's fine. When we just go up and up and up and up and we don't do any pullbacks, what ends up happening is we hit a key level, like full number, and then short sellers destroy it, like short it into a hold down. It just becomes more, the possibility of a flush becomes more and more probable. So this one you can tell it still has a lot of steam, right? Because bulls. So full number, half dollar, and quarters are also psychological levels. So bulls were so excited about this one, they wouldn't even let it drop to this level of resistance during support tested once. They literally got so excited they bought it up on 75. Now they're finally letting it drop. It would be really nice if it would drop at least here, but this is also, a trade. You could trade that. You could wait for this flag break. I mean, I don't know why you would wait because this is such a key level, but you could do that, etc. Just something to note. There's already 2 rejections of high of day here, right? So now, even though we've had the pullback, this trade is also riskier. So if you took this, again, like I would just scalp it to here and let it go. Leave the trade another day, wait for a lower level to support, or wait for a break of high of day, because we don't want to get stuck in 3rd rejection of high of day. Okay. Now, this one again, below all indicators, so nothing to trade at this moment, nothing for us to observe like we did on that other stock, just for like learning purposes, but we can still chart it, and I would definitely be interested in this one on break above VWAP. Not before that. This level has been tested many times. This is like 3rd test of support already. I wouldn't take any bounces here anymore. If it goes lower, maybe, but to like this level. But yeah, maybe bounce on 5. I'll create an alert because it's a full dollar. LCGN also very nice to us yesterday. Provided a lot of trading opportunities. I'm apologizing again. Okay, this one actually still has a nice chart. This is a 5-minute chart. It's making a 5-minute flag. I'd take a flag break here or bounce on this key support level, well, previous resistance, which now serve as support. LCGN. I'll just look at the 1-minute chart and see where everything is there. Oh, so this one also could bounces on the EMA 20 and 1-minute chart are also trades. We like to trade those, especially when a stock is really hot. If it's at the moment right now, it doesn't seem it has a lot of volume. So if it doesn't have volume, if it's not really the obvious stock for the day at the moment, those trades are riskier and don't really make sense a lot of times. But if it's something like this one that was super hot, then we like those bounces, right? Because it's just it's an opportunity to get in because there's so much FOMO in it. Bulls are probably not going to let it drop to the lower levels, and once they do, then it's sort of they lose interest. So let's see what this one does now. Also on EMA 20, the tape's going crazy, so definitely a big fight between buyers and sellers. The moment looks like sellers are a little stronger, so let's see. Let's see how it reacts to 50. Okay, this is a bounce. This is a bounce trigger for SBA on EMA 20. So this we call an EMA 20 bounce on 1-minute chart, which read these a lot. And on this one, the entry would be whenever the tape flashes green. Also, some people like to wait until the first 1-minute candle to make a new high, so they would wait until 165 to enter. Our tape really flashed green after it hit 50, so like probably our entry would be like 1053 or so on the way up. I don't like to just buy on support. I don't care that this line is on 1147, and I could have made a lot more money if I bought it at 1147. I don't like to buy without confirmation. We want to be part of the bullish momentum. We don't want to be the first ones to buy. We want to follow big buyers. We just ride the momentum. That's it. That's all we do. OCGN, doing that similar setup. Again, the volume's a little low on this one. It's nice that it has no spread, but if you were in this trade, I'd take profit at this point and have the risk above entry. There's no stop losses pre-market, so it's hard, but I wouldn't plan on losing money on that trade after nailing the bounce right. Oh, we like Annie. Annie's a known stock. We'll see. The volume's a little light, but I'm just gonna add it here so I can monitor how the volume moves, because if the volume picks up, we know traders love it. Okay, so that's really it on today's scanner. So just run through them again. BOS, great chart. No setup really at the moment until it drops to 250. I would take a bounce on 250 or break above VWAP. I wouldn't trade anything in the middle here. Those are the two triggers I'm waiting for. This one, still very nice, still very hot. So the 1 minute chart is probably what is going to be used for trades this morning to provide opportunities. It's also forming a 5 minute flag here. This candle still has 4 minutes to close, so a long time, but 5 minute flag breaks are our favorite setups. IRTL, interesting chart, but again, like right now in this like no man's land territory that I really wouldn't. I mean, it has a level here, and it's one. One is obviously a very key psychological level. So I suppose some traders could be trading bounce on 1 to 104 to VWAP. I personally just I don't love the cheap stocks to begin with, and this one has this EMA 20 line that's descending. So if I were to trade a 1 bounce and then I got this EMA on 102, I don't really have a lot of range to trade in. I'd rather wait for break above VWAP on this one, personally. NXTD, I'd wait for break above VWAP or bounce on 5. We may just popped on scanner. This one's also a stock that we trade a lot in the small cap world. Forming a 5 minute flag. Well, this is also could form a VWAP bounce. Yeah. And for VWAP bounce trades, my risk would be here. The high of this is also EMA 20, so risk would be below 5.5. So that's nice risk reward to high of that. The first resistance here, 5.9, 5.8, 5.95, and 6.15. Yeah, it has a nice risk reward. So we have that. Really, oh sorry, it's loud here in my little office. And there's the warrant. Yeah, I'm just running through the scanner real quick again because as we were recording this, more things popped up. But that's it, you guys. Those are the interests for today. As of right now, as of pre-market, it's only 8:15, so there's more, stocks that are going to be popping on the scanner throughout the morning. 9 o'clock is a big time when news gets dropped, so we'll probably get some more results. And then once the bell rings, we also have the market hour scanner that will pick up momentum. And oftentimes we end up trading a stock that, is not even on here. But, it's great to still get up early, do your due diligence, mark these levels, because when the bell rings, that's the highest volatility. And you need to be prepared. If the bell rings and this drops here, you need to be ready with a buy. You can then, as the bell rings, try and chart it, figure out where it is, because there's a lot of volume on bell. There's a lot of buying, there's a lot of selling. Opportunities go by very quickly. The first 10 minutes of a bell are the most volatile time of the day. So that's the time that you can capitalize the most as a trader, right? That's their volatility. But the only way to capitalize from that time is if you're prepared with these levels. after the first 10 minutes is actually where I oftentimes tell our beginner students to step in, because the first 10 minutes are they're hard to trade. So, beginner students maybe like to get in a little later, have a couple candles on the 5-minute chart they can work with, etc. But even so, these levels we just follow these all day long. And that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow.